Hello, everybody. Hello, Pauline. Welcome
Hello,
back, our
Anne.
Blackpink leader. Wow, it's been a while for us to be live with you guys again.
Yes. So today I especially want to do this because it's 12:12. And a lot of people thought 12:12. Yes, time to go shopping.
Yes. Well, if you guys decide to don't spend your money in terms of shopping, then spend your time here is also available. So highly recommended.
Yes.
Or maybe you book us at the site when you're listening, when you're shopping is welcome too. So
Yeah, so did
Pauline,
you buy
because
anything or not during this 12:12?
you have kids who are in uni, right? I'm not. My one still in primary school. So let's go with Pauline first because I
Okay.
think the journey to be here is very, very long. And I'm sure a lot of people who are parent at this stage, if they have a kid at your age, I'm sure they go through the same thing,
Yeah.
right?
But it's
What to
not
buy your kid.
mm, it's not just I think kids of this age group. I believe any parents, before they start to have their kids going to uni, they have to
Yep.
start preparing.
Yeah, I
Yeah, just
agree.
like and you right now, right? I just now when we were talking, and she just said that well, right at the beginning, even during pregnancy, she starts to develop her daughter's brain, and she's
Yeah.
how babies the brain develop, which is the best time to sleep. So right
Yep.
now, her daughter probably is already in bed, not sure whether sleeping
Yes.
already.
Already sleep. Yeah. She already
Yeah, I
sleep.
see. It's like
Yeah.
8 p.m. and her daughter is not a baby. It's like how old is she? 8 years old.
8 years old.
Yeah, 8 years old and going to bed during a school holiday. Right.
Yep.
Yes, still sleeping at 7:30, 8 p.m. after dinner. So make sure that she has a well-rested sleep and sufficient sleep to make sure that her brain develops well. Right.
Yeah.
So this is the part. I'm not sure whether any one of you joining are parents. Okay. So if you do have any questions later on as we go through, feel free to ask. Any of these questions that you have. We
Yes.
will have our moderator who will actually put up the questions
Yep.
over at where we are having, right, and then we will be there to answer your questions later on. But maybe let me set the context. Why is it that we are having this session? Okay, so it all came from my son, one of the days, and my son right now is not in Singapore. Okay, not because
Yep.
it's school holiday, he's overseas. It's because he's having an internship in Ho Chi Minh for 6 months. My
Yep.
son was never a like high achievers in school. Okay, he was from NA normal academic, and then go to ITE, from ITE to Poly, and even right now in Poly, he's doing quite well, and that's why he has some form of a scholarship. So went over to Ho Chi Minh for his internship for 6 months, where it's an NUS and a Poly collaboration. So I'm like very proud of him that he's able to do this. And also with his GPA, he probably can enter into university because now he's already at his final year. And so one day he just texted me and said, "Mommy, I would like to submit an admission to a particular university." Okay, so let's call it the University A, right? Uni A. I don't want to mention any university lah, so that we would say there's nothing against any university or what. Okay, so just Uni A. So when he submitted the form to me and asked me certain questions and say, "Oh, I need to know the household income, your job, blah 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 blah," so that he can fill in the form. Before I actually reply to say answer those questions, right? I say, let's have a chat. Yeah. Why do I say let's have a chat? It's because I think many parents would have this very normal mentality. It's like, oh, good, you want to apply for uni? I will go all the way out to support you, right?
Yep.
To apply for university. Okay. So when he actually applied, the first thing I asked him is this, because he's currently taking aerospace engineering. Okay, aerospace engineering. So he wanted to go to that particular university, and that university is not specializing in engineering. Okay, So they do have like business courses, computing science, law, medicine, etc. But it's not really in engineering. So I asked him, okay, first of all, I did ask him, why are you applying for this particular university? Right. So his answer was actually, oh, just apply lah. I know I won't be getting it. I'm like, huh? Right. He said, actually, I wanted to go to another university. Okay. And that particular university, I think I should be able to enter in the engineering. And I said, well, so then why in the first place you apply for this university? Right. So his mentality probably is like a lot of people's mentality is this: just apply, no harm applying. Maybe I will get it. Okay, so that's that mentality. But the thing is this, all right? I went through all the programs, all the faculty. So I asked him, if you were to be accepted by that faculty, okay, by the university, which faculty do you want to go? So I went through, we go to the website, all right? And I actually went through, okay, law, do you want to take law? Confirm not. Medicine, oh, no way. Computing science, actually, during coding wasn't my best thing. Accountancy, no. Then after that, there's still the rest, like social study, arts and social science, psychology, all no, except for one. And that one is actually business. Okay, so he said, that maybe he wants to do business. So my next question to him is, so if you want to do business, right? What exactly do you want to focus on when it comes to business? Because there are so many things, I mean, different types of like business major. You can be a banker to study about banking and finance. You can be an entrepreneur, right? You can, maybe you want to love HR. Like my daughter, she knows it very well, was his elder sis, says that, okay, I want to be in the HR professional. Okay. So that's where I start to get a little bit concerned because he really did not know what he wants. Yeah. Yes. So that's where I'm like, okay. Now, I'm not sure whether any parents now listening live over here. Okay. If you are, feel free to think about this and type in any of the questions that you have. Okay. Because you might have certain questions that you are having. So, oh, I realized I can actually log into the Facebook, YouTube. So if you are watching this, maybe you can let us know what are the questions you have. All right.
Yeah,
So
they can give question from both platform, YouTube and Facebook. Both can drop
ah
at the same. And when
okay,
you
okay.
read, you will read from our comment. You will see both. You see the logo from Facebook is from Facebook.
Okay, Ken. So for those who are watching via Facebook or for those who are watching via YouTube, if you have any comments, okay, feel free to actually post your comments over there and so that we can see if you have any of those comments that we can or questions that we can answer. All right. So I actually asked this question like if you do not know what you want to do, it's going to be very difficult like to in the next step. For example, if the only thing that like you go all the way, okay, to fill in all the forms. I mean, nothing wrong. Yes, we can say that we would just apply and see how it goes. So my next question to him is this. So do you want SMU? Okay, sorry that I just kind of like said the university. You want the university to accept you or not to accept you? Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that brings to the point that he got stunned because he keeps saying, oh, I think I won't get into that university. So my concern as a parent is this, right? If he always has that mentality, I will just apply anyway. I know I won't get it.
Yeah.
What is that kind of mentality? What are you telling the universe? Okay. So I'm just afraid that it will become a habit. So this is the thing that probably I'm not sure some of you would have this mentality as well, that over the years, maybe now you're 40 years old or 30 years old, 40 years old, 50 years old. Since young, you have been told, I'll just try it out. Anyway, I will be expected. I won't be able to get it. Right? So if you continue or we continue to be like this, we are always telling the universe that whatever that we want, we won't be able to get it. Isn't it very sad? Right? So when we want certain things, we want to tell the universe, we want to activate this thing called the law of attraction. We want to manifest for it. We want to be successful. So this is where once we are congruent, we are aligned. Every time we really work hard and want to get certain things, we are able to get it. Okay, so this
Yeah.
is what we term as the law of attraction, the secret. If you have a chance to watch The Secret or the Law of Attraction, do so. Okay, so that's where it comes, and I'm concerned about that of his attitude in applying. Yeah, because when I told him about this regarding business, I mean, I've been in business for many years, okay, and as well. So basically, if he wants to be an entrepreneur, okay, I believe, Anne would also tell him, forget about university,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah. I
yeah,
think people don't understand, but like okay, I will apply to study from the university as well. But the reason why I apply it is I just want to make a point to young people that because when you teaching people something, right? They were like, yeah, but you don't have university. Well, how dare you want to teach me something? I say, okay, it's
mm,
not like I don't have it. It's just not necessary, and I want to prove the point. So for the last
yeah,
3 years, I've been go university to get the degree, and I get it, and I'm done, right? And then
yeah,
people laugh at me. They say, "Wow, you do everything opposite with other people. People 18 years old in Vietnam, it's 18 years old. You start go
mm,
university,
yeah,
then you start to achieve, then you start do company." I say, "Yeah, that's just other people's sequence of what success is. For me, success is I do first, I fail. If I just tomorrow people come to me and say, "Oh, you want to talk to me? You need to get this paper." I say, "Fine, I will get the paper. I will come talk to you." And what? And you still broke and I'm still business owner. But I do it anyway because I have some time right now. I run business, but yes, I want to learn. I want to prove to people the point of learn is never stop at any age. And
yeah.
if one day he figured out that he loved to go university to learn, to get the degree, then I'm sure Pauline will support. I think the point right now I hear so far is he don't know what he want, right? And me and Pauline as an entrepreneur, I think that is the most scary for us.
Yes.
I think that's the most scary for us of uh you don't know what you're doing and you just jump into it. And you can jump into it to learn something. Yes, you're still young, but this will be a commitment when you're going to go to university. And it's really a commitment. You need to do assignment, you need to
Mm-hmm.
clock certain hour, you need to do a lot of
Yeah.
teamwork, you need to do a lot of activity. It take your time and you have to be invest in it and you have to be love it. If not, you will hate it, right? Like
Yeah.
the 2 years of me go through psychology school in university. Lucky I love the topic, lucky I love the subject, lucky really enjoy learn about human. I think if not, will be a disaster for me, really a
That's because
disaster.
you want to go to that particular topic, you know it.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
Yeah. You have
Yeah,
that clarity. But
yeah,
he's from aerospace engineering and suddenly he wants to study about business. Okay. So that's my concern. It's like, okay, all right, I understand why, because when he was in like aerospace engineering or when he's in engineering, it's kind of like because in ITE in poly, he can't really go into the business course. So right now, if he wants to so-called, I want to do business because all the while, let's say, I know very well. Okay, I wanted to do, let's say, HR. Like my elder daughter, she wants to do HR since 18 years old. She knows it. Yeah, I went through some career coaching, as in some coaching with her since 16 years old. Like, what exactly do you like to do? Because she
yeah,
can go into law, she can go into mass comm with her grades and so on. I mean, I kind of like prepare her because she's more the arts person. She is not a numbers person. She's not a science person. So kind of like we work on the strength and something that she's interested in. She's good with writing. She's good with language. She's good with literature, humanities subjects. So we know where her strengths would be. I mean, she understands as well. So that's where we actually zoom down when she was in 16 years old, because we need to choose between, let's say, JC versus poly.
Yeah.
So at the point of time, she said, I'm not really sure whether what I want to do. So I'm not going to go poly. I'm going to go JC because I wanted to take like humanity subjects. She likes it and she wants to go the art stream. So she said, give me another 2 years. Let me have more clarity, really what I like. Okay, and she loved the school life. So we said, okay, fine. Okay. I mean, she knows it. But of course, if you want to go poly, nothing wrong with that. It's not about
Yeah.
which is better. It's about, like, for example, some of my friends' children, like for example, they say, oh, I want to be a vet. So I'm very clear. I will go to poly. I will study regarding something that has got to do with the veterinarian. Okay, then after that, she went over to become a vet. Overseas, things like that, right? So or nursing. Like say, I from young I know I want to be a nurse, so I went to nursing in poly and things like that. So that's why when you have the clarity, you choose that kind of faculty. And how my daughter got to know that she really wants to do HR was when she wants to work with people, work on people, not only with people, but on people. So that's what she's passionate about, and that's what she likes to do. So there are a few areas that she can work regarding people. And that would be like, one is probably psychology, psychiatry, or in terms of HR. So in the end, she chose HR, human resource. And that's where at 18 years old, she knows she wants to go into, in the end, she went over to the business school. And in business school, she specializes in HR. And since 18 years old, she starts to go for internship. During her A level, she's also very focused. After her A levels, during that half a year in job, she finds something that's HR related.
Yeah.
Okay? And during her internship, because she finances herself. She financed herself for her university. She didn't get any money from me since 18 years old. Right. So that's what, so she went to work and went to work in a company. She went to get jobs and work as part-time HR, all right, while she's studying in university. So she learned from scratch, be it recruitment, be it even managing welfare, doing things like, for example, claims. Yeah, different parts. Because when you are like so-called doing internship, young intern, so this is where she can learn all the administrative work and see the different parts of HR and ask questions. And that's where she learned.
Yeah.
So from there, she got into like another company. She managed to get into ByteDance. If you don't know what's ByteDance, is the company that owns TikTok. Okay, and
Yeah.
she went over there. She starts to learn about recruitment, and she starts to learn how to recruit tech people. So she was there for like a year before she moved on to ITE. Then after that to TransferWise, and now also at 24 years old, she's also in another e-commerce company. So although
Well,
she's
maybe
very
you should apply for NVIDIA Vietnam. They've been hiring. They've been hiring. They
oh,
open in
NVIDIA.
Vietnam. Yes, and they open like they set big in Vietnam. They just post for the last
Wow.
few days. They're looking for a lot of people. They
Oh,
are a huge hiring right now. If she
ah,
want, if she looking for that, I mean, with her experience, I'm sure they will take her.
but she without knowing how to speak Vietnamese, they will take her.
Yeah. They looking for people can speak English
I
because
see.
they need to hire a lot of work from home, which is people around the world to work for NVIDIA in Vietnam. It means like you kind of engineering around the world, but you later you go research and you will realize they just post
Wow.
on it. It huge, huge hiring
I
because they just
see.
signed a contract, but not with company. They signed contract with Vietnam government. It means they will
Oh,
park the manufacturing and
oh,
everything in Vietnam. So that's why it's a
ah,
huge hiring right now been going on.
wow.
Yeah.
That's really great. Is it in Ho Chi
Yeah.
Minh? Oh,
They don't know confirm which location yet, but it will
uh,
be in. I'm sure they will take few province in Vietnam for the land to enough
ah,
for it's big project, right? It's not like
yes, yes,
they
yes.
will pack the manufacturing and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So this is where you can see that the opportunities are everywhere as long as you know which area that you want to work on. So so this is where I started to coach my daughter, and she knows what she wants to be, and now
yeah,
she's doing like she's doing well because and with a kind of like experience. You see, so what is the beautiful thing that she has done is this: when she graduated from university, because she was working at the same time, she has accumulated 3 years of experience in the HR field.
Yeah.
That's why when she started off like so-called a fresh grad, she did not get a fresh grad pay. She got a pay, a salary that has experience of like three
Yeah.
years. Yeah, so you can see the difference, right? And also her exposure will be different as well. That is where, as I mentioned, it's very important to actually coach the kids. What do they want to do? All right. But I realized a lot of parents probably may not be aware or may not have the competency to coach their children in terms of career coaching.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
coaching your children, this is tough.
Yeah.
Especially did your kid listen to you? That's the first in the first question first. Like they always say you can
Uh,
teach a lot of people, but your own children is harder because they don't listen. But lucky
ah,
for you, your kid listen to you. Yeah.
okay. Because I don't really teach my children. You
Mm.
see, that's a difference. I never
Yeah.
teach them like English, math, science,
Oh my
academic work.
God, you're just like me. You sound like
Ah,
me.
see, that's the difference. I coach my kids, but I
Yeah.
don't teach my kids. See
Yeah.
the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why my positioning as a mother is really I'm there. What do I teach? I teach values. That's what I teach. But I don't really focus on like English, math, science, because why? I mean, sad to say, I used to do very well in mathematics. All right. I even take this thing called further mathematics. I took two subjects of mathematics when I was in like A levels. But you know what I used when I was in my career, in my work? Plus, minus, times, divide, and at most percentage. And all these can be calculated using like Excel spreadsheets or calculator. You see? So it's like at the end of the day, I need to learn another thing in Excel spreadsheet, which is like pivot table. Yeah. So these are the things I wasn't learning in school in the mathematics.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I learned in the mathematics, actually, I didn't use anything about integration, about differentiation, about a lot of stuff. Okay. So that's why I realized that if they want to really go in, unless they want to specialize in like engineer, okay, engineers, they need to know very in-depth in terms of mathematics. I understand. Right? But most of the stuff, actually, we don't need all these very deep mathematics or stuff, or maybe even science. Okay, but it trains when I went through all these courses. I would say it trains my thinking skills. I think that's great. Yeah, so that's why I coach my kids a lot in terms of what do they want to do, okay, and their passion. I think I kind of like coach her subconsciously. I think Anne will be very familiar with this called the ikigai concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Anne, you want to share with them what is called ikigai?
I think it's like
Yeah,
you have to find out what you're good at, what the world need from what you're good at that you can make money from it, and you have to have a purpose of you want to do it. And I think another one that but you see that I find on the journey of Ikigai, which is who we
yeah,
are as a person, you have to really go through a lot of things until you know what you like and what you're good at. And
yeah.
that's the challenge, especially for young people when they have not tried enough, they have not
Mm.
experienced enough. Like we'll book food so easy, right? You can't
Yeah.
say what food you like until you eat a lot of food. You have to travel the world. Like I did not know like Mexican food until I come to Singapore. I did not know like Chinese food properly until I go to Singapore, right? Because my whole life I eat Vietnamese food.
Yeah, that's
How do I
true.
know that I like Indian food? That's why I like Malay food. That's
Yeah,
why I like Indonesia food. I like my Mexican food. Uh, I like all the food now in Singapore because Singapore opened my eyes of how the taste of
yes,
different country can go to the flavor of nice if you really go to the authentic local who are they know how to cook it in Singapore. It's really really good, right? So again, like, so does that mean I'm no longer like Vietnamese food? No, it's still 4 day per week I need Vietnamese food, right? But another
of
3 day per week
course.
I don't need to live with Vietnamese food. I'm okay with it, right? So then it become a problem now because it's too many choices per day.
Mm,
Should I
yeah.
order Korean food today? Should I order Japanese? How about Mexican is good too? How about pizza? Oh my god, which one? You know? So it's, you have many things and then now you confuse yourself. I think in the end you have to pick the joy. Okay, this is a wrong advice because passion do not feed you money.
Yes.
Only when you make money enough to feed your passion, then you feel your passion worth of living. Does that make
Yes.
sense? That's how I see it.
Yes.
This
I
is not
think
making
I
me living. My
yeah.
YouTube did not make me a living, but I love what I'm doing.
So
Something else I do outside make me money. I don't say I hate what I'm doing. I'm just not dying for it. But this thing can be meaningful that I'm willing to sacrifice my life for it. Does that make sense for you? But this thing don't give me money. That's the problem, right? So I think the best is you find something you're good at. You
mm,
don't hate doing it. It should
mm,
be boring because boring business is always give you money. It's
yeah.
boring. It have to be boring because it's too exciting. You will keep up and down, your emotional up and down. So I still think that the boring business I run outside is give me time to enjoy the passion. So
Yeah.
yeah, so go back to the coaching with the kid with
Yeah.
Pauline just share. I think
So
even
with
now for me, I don't even coach Ava, but I always give her the role model of who I am. Like I doing thing every day. Like, I let her witness that, and then she decide for herself.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I see that you do coach her. You know, when you are like when you are
really.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. See,
I
coach
think
is
maybe
not
when she only asks a lot of question and I ask her back. Is that what you mean?
yes.
Oh,
See,
okay, then yes. Every time she asks me, I ask her back. I make her brain
yes.
tired.
So
I
that's
make
what
her
I
think
mean
a
by
lot.
coach you. We don't really give the answer. So every time when they ask a question, we will ask back another question. So that's coaching.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
coach every time,
yeah,
right? Ah,
yeah.
so this is how I would say that we teach our children in a very different way because it's not like okay, sit down and then study. You still don't want to study. You know, a lot of parents like to do that. You got exam tomorrow already. Your next week is your exam. You still don't want to sit down and you study. So that's not it. Okay.
Yeah.
What we always I think we do differently is even in meal times when while we are talking, we coach them, we share with them, we look for opportunities to share with them on certain things to learn something. So that's coaching. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is where I think Anne and I subconsciously we do a lot.
Yeah, I think it's just the auto habit of we doing thing.
Yes.
Like I think we train ourselves well enough to do not give them answer. I will give you
Mm,
one example today. So
yeah.
my daughter come to me and she asked me how do I manage to do the design from what is that called, like knif is it? What is the word of English? Like you use a long string with the hook to make become a
Ah,
design.
you talk about knitting. There's one that's
Yeah,
knitting with two.
knitting. Yeah, knitting. Yeah.
Yes.
And then she was so surprised that I can do it. Right? She
Oh,
like, what? How? You know what the other secret of your life that I don't know, you know? And then like
oh,
you don't know your mom can do it and she don't believe that. So I say, sure, I get the set, I do in front of her. And then she's so excited. She's like, oh my God, I want to do it. I want to do it. Let me do it. And then when she do it and she's struggling for 3 hours and she look at me, I'm not even tied the knot yet. How? How is so difficult? And then I just tell her, I say, well, sometimes in life you see somebody do something easy did not mean I learned 6 months to can be do that way. Do you
yeah.
willing to take another 6 months? Then she was so scratch her head. She's like, why is 6 months? I want to do it now. I said, well, then I gave her a link video to learn, but I did not give her answer how, right? Because you have to do it. So I think me
Yes.
me and Pauline is train ourselves enough to shut the mouth
Yes.
and only ask more questions.
Precisely. That's why I was asking him question, and he was shocked that when he gave me the form. All right, and he
Yeah,
was like, "Okay, we'll have a Zoom session because it's in Ho Chi Minh." So he said, "Okay, let's talk."
yeah,
So I had a Zoom session to really coach him what he wants to do in the unit. So that's the first part. The first part was we ran through in the particular university that he wants to go into, and we do elimination method. I say, these are the factors found there, right? So that's the first one. So the only thing that probably he wants to do is business. So I asked him, so if you're in business, which part of business do you want? Have you asked, right? Yeah, you can ask me. You can ask Chetel, sister,
Yeah.
because both of us are business students. We know. We can help you with that. What is in business course, right? But he didn't ask. Okay, this is one. He didn't do his check. He just blindly go and apply. That's one. Second, I said, even though if you want to do business, let's say if you want to be a banker, yes, by all means, go and sign up. Go to the university and get a certificate. Then go work in a bank. Now, if you want to be a businessman, an entrepreneur, you know what's the next thing I tell him? Forget about going to university, right? You could actually, 5 years, you could start your business. And by the time you graduate, probably you would have gotten like a successful business that's running.
Yeah.
So why waste that 5 years to get a degree? Because they are not going to teach you the real thing about entrepreneurship. Your mom can teach you, your mom can guide you to the right resources on where to get it. Yeah, in fact, the amount of money to go to university, you could even attend like some courses in terms of, let's say, digital marketing. Let's say in terms of if you want to know how to do certain things in terms of reading the numbers in the books, you don't need to be an accountant. You just need to attend maybe a 3-day course or a 4-day course to learn how to read the numbers in the books, things like that. Or you learn from practitioners, or you can do mentorship. Right? So things like that, I can open him up to the different things that he wants to do when it comes to entrepreneurship. So this is how I actually coach the different avenues of learning instead of just going university. University is just one track, right? Learning can be different tracks of different types of learning. Yeah, so this is where I guided him in terms of choosing the course. So that brings then to the next part. I also ask him, like, so if you say you want to do business, and let's say you really want to be a banker, you want to get a university, right? Or you do not know. So the next question I actually ask him is, so do you want SMU to really select you or not to select you? So that's my next question. Do you want your application to be successful or not successful? So if that university say, okay, I'm going to admit you, are you going to reject it? Knowing that, I'm not going to go anyway. Actually, I'm not interested. I just apply for fun. So that's the key thing I'm more concerned is in the attitude towards life and attitude towards, how you do one thing is how you do everything. That's the kind of attitude. So it's like, for example, I can go out with any girls, and I'll sleep with anybody. Actually, do you want to marry that girl? Not really. So I just sleep with the person? No, you don't do that, right? So this is where I don't want to advocate that kind of thing for my son. Yeah, that there's this behavior that I want him to be very conscious about. Yeah, so this is one part. The next part is about funding. He was actually very surprised when I asked him this question. Okay, so if you want to go to university, have you thought of how to fund it? So the next thing was he was stunned looking at me. Yeah. So Anne, maybe I want to ask you this question. Have you
I
thought of
think the
whether
expectation is the mom will pay for it.
yes. So I said, don't assume that your mom is going to pay for it. Yeah. Because you got to write a case for it.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is where I also let my kids understand that don't take things for granted. Right? Now, there's never this law saying parents must support the children into university education.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Doesn't mean that I'm not going to. All right.
Yeah.
I may not, but he should not be taking it for granted. So this is my take. He should write a case for it. He should know how much it costs, and plus the allowance, plus let's say stay in hostel. Because why? He's above 21 years old. This is something that as an adult, he should know what kind of calculation that it needs to take place, because everything is an opportunity cost. Yeah. So that's why this is the next thing I want to teach my kids, which is to understand every decision that they make in life in future is going to be like that. For example, like if I were to take on this particular job, It's probably an opportunity cost to do something else. Everything comes with an opportunity cost. So they
Yep.
need to understand this. Yeah. So it is a form of them getting to know that now they have to take responsibility for it. Yeah. So because I told him, you are not my first child to go into uni. My daughter, all right, which is his sis, funded herself for university. So how about you? So all of a sudden she start to feel like, wow, that's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
Okay. How did Tete do that? Find out. How come she has the money to do that? Find out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So actually, my for those who want to know how my daughter managed to find it, you can actually type it in the question. All right. Yeah, you can feel free to type it in the live chat how she actually found herself. They can share more with you. Okay. So these are the things when it comes into consideration of him going to uni. So the third thing, all right. So first, when so the first part is when apply for uni is to really know what is the future, what do you want to be, who do you want to be. So this is the first
Mm.
part. Then we know which university we want to go into, right? Second, funding. How is the child going to fund for the university? Okay, I know parents will say, yeah, these kind of things are my children. I've actually planned out everything for him already. I know this is the typical what parents think as a responsible mother we should be doing, But I think as a responsible mother, we should teach them to be responsible. That's my take. All right. So that instead of just paying and they do not know how much it is, they should work out the sums. And if they need the money from us, they should be the one to ask and request. So that is where I will do another facilitation. Yeah, on the
Yeah.
different funding options. Yes, has he considered this? Has he considered that? How is he going to pay back? Yeah. So, okay, for me, he has to pay for his own education because he's above 21 years old. And university is something that when you're an adult, you know why you are getting into it. So that brings
Yeah.
to the third point.
Yeah.
Why then? What do you want to get out from the university? Yes. So my take is if they know they are going to fund themselves, like for example, and are you funding yourself for I know currently you are in uni taking the psychology course, right? Did you fund it
Yeah.
yourself?
Yeah, of course, who pay for me? I don't have a rich dad and rich mother. Oh my god. I work myself, make my own money to pay for everything. Come on. People don't
Precisely.
know it costs you a few $100 to sorry, few 100,000 to learn all this.
Few
I
hundred
think
thousand.
of course. I learned
Wow.
in the advanced level. For
Hmm.
my last year when I learned psychology, it cost me 60,000. 60,000
Oh,
for the 2 years degree
oh,
diploma. And this year I take two paper, one
my,
leadership and one, yeah, of course it will cost you money. It's not cheap.
it's so sorry, not cheap. So you see, so and fun. So are you serious in that when you fund it?
Of course, I not. Oh my god, I don't have the money to burn. If I have money, I want to give to the kids in Vietnam. Come on, I want to
Yeah.
pay for their stuff, and I rather feed them, than waste.
So this is the thing. So that's why I find that when the child fund for her own education, I tell you, it will not. Some people might just be worried. Oh, what if if he or she were to work and then study at the same time, he will not be able to focus on the studies. Frankly speaking, I tell you, I also work. I didn't. I used my dad's CPF, all right, to fund it. Okay, but after that,
Yeah,
I paid it back. But my allowance, okay, I still work to get my own allowance. You see, so I do some part-time jobs, tuition, give tuition and things like that. And I was also a dancer, so I dance, I do performances to earn money over the weekends, and sometimes in the evenings as well. I take on shows. So this is how an adult should be behaving, okay, in
yeah,
terms of funding our own education. So we take it seriously. Like when my daughter, because she funds her own education, she knows what she wants to get out from the uni.
yeah,
In fact, she wanted her to do it in 2.5 years. But the universe, so during the second year, she took on a lot of modules, stressed herself up so that she thought, I can complete it within 2.5 years. I can save my these university fees. So,
Yeah.
and she so seriously, you should make sure that she doesn't um,
Have to
fail her
redo it, fail, and have to pay again to do it.
precisely. So she gets very serious. Okay, so
Yeah,
even when
me
she
too.
work,
Oh my
yeah,
god, when I do assignment now, I'm like, oh my god, I have to make sure that I have to make sure that I pass. First, you have
yeah.
to pay money to redo it. Second, you need to wait to do it, and you're like, oh my god.
So that's where you can see the difference in attitude. So even work and study at the same time, she still did very well. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, getting her honors degree and so on. So I mean I just want to prove it this way. It doesn't mean okay they just focus on studies they will do better than someone who actually works and study at the same time. In fact, she would like just be calculating and think that okay, I must do well such that I don't need to repeat. And secondly, because I pay for it, I want to go out to workforce as fast as possible. So after that, then she started to realize that during the last semester, she has to leave one module because she cannot graduate before the 3 years. So in the end, she was
oh
like, well, yeah, I still have that one module. But good thing, because she only have one module, she can start work during that half a year. So she
yeah,
managed to find a job half a year before she officially graduated. And that's something that the company wants. So you
yes,
don't find job. You see, everybody probably in our local Singapore university, the graduation is in like April, May. So you see, resumes start to come out in April, May. But for
yeah,
her, she started to submit her resume maybe in November, December, the previous year, and she gets a job starting in January. So that's the difference. You don't
yeah,
fight with that salmon. You know how salmon fish they swim right? All in one big group. So when every all the salmon swim in one big group, of course it's very congested. There are so many, there's a supply and demand. Right. But
yeah,
during that period of time, let's say in December, and in December, I tell you, like right now, it's the best time to apply for jobs. Why? Because nobody's leaving because of the bonus. Well, she will be the one applying. Right. I said, okay, I can start in January. So she got the job. So you go, it's like when people zig, you zag.
yeah,
So you find the opportunities, the pockets of opportunities, right?
yes,
So this is where I'm coming from when we are coaching our children when it comes to the university application, so that they know what to get out, what do they want to get from that 3 years or 4 years that they are going to invest their time in the university, apart from getting a
yes,
degree, which
yeah,
sad to say, everybody says this. I believe the university, maybe lecturers will also say this that you know what, this is the things that I'm teaching you right now. By the time you graduate, it's outdated.
yeah. It's true.
Yeah, it's true, right? Especially with AI. Especially you are talking about, let's say, tech or in what whichever field. A lot of things are going to be outdated.
Yes,
So when you are learning, you will also know that whatever I learn right now, let's say my year one, by the time 4 years down the road when I graduate, maybe now it's relevant, but 4 years, 3, 4 years down the road when I graduate, it may not be relevant anymore.
yeah,
So you know that university degree, okay, it's not that it's a waste of time. It's just that you need to know what you want to get out of it. And apart from a paper, there are other things that you can get out in from the degree. In university. And the most important thing I would say is this word called network. Yeah. So when you're in university, you should see that there are people who are going to work in future in corporate jobs. So your
yeah,
network is there. So I think that's the best part in life, to actually start to network with people. These are friends in future, your resources. Okay. So that's one of the key reasons that I think going to university would be good in that sense. Secondly, maybe I'll be very truthful with that. Go and find a boyfriend or girlfriend or your future spouse. That would also be a great place to find, right?
yeah,
Yeah. See, I'm a mother. I'm very open on that. I would say, why not? Okay. If your aim, in going to university is just to find a life partner, by all means do so. Why
yes.
not? That may be
Do
one of
it.
the best places to go, because 3 years, 4 years, you get to know one another well, or even hostel. I love it. When I was staying in hostels, I get to know friends. I get to know how people think. I also get, maybe some of you can get, or you got your life partner in universities, in your hostels as well, right? And
Yeah.
you get to know them even deeper. Yeah, rather than when you go out to work, and there are many times that I see people, once they go out to work, they don't have the time to find the life partners,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, too busy
It's true.
working.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah. So these are the key things that I actually highlighted when my son was actually doing this uni application. Yeah. All right. So anyone has any questions that you want to ask, like
I
Anne?
have a lot from just now. I have a
Yeah.
lot from just now who are not ping up. Let me find
Oh.
for you.
Okay. Sure. Wow.
Is there any something about your parenting approach belief that can inspire other parents?
Something that can inspire other parents or my parenting approach. I think it's really, just now I said, I coach them on a daily basis.
Mm.
Yeah, like, and just now I also did not realize that every time he's actually coaching and educating. To
Yeah,
me, no,
I did not realize that, but yeah,
yeah,
thanks, Pauline, remind me that.
yes. I always find that education is every day. Yeah, whatever they do, I will always have so-called like an after action review. in
Yeah.
in the army days, those army people, they will know this lah. Those in the forces, AAR, right, the
Mm.
uniform group. So after every action, there's an after action review. What have you learned from it? It's okay to make mistakes. What have you learned from it? Why do you think that this happens? And we talk about it. All these are education. I treasure all these moments. Yeah, so I think something that's my approach that I believe that can inspire other parents is, don't need to, for me lah, I don't focus a lot on what PSLE in Singapore. Okay. Yeah, it's okay for children to go to NA or normal academics. All right. Yeah. Because there are many parents who are afraid if my kids go into so-called the not so good schools, they will be influenced by other people. So this is one trick. Don't get your children to be influenced by other people. Get their children to influence other people and learn it from them. So that's what I teach my kids, for them to influence other people instead, rather than to be influenced by others. Isn't that great?
Mm.
Yeah. So even if
Yeah.
my son goes into NA, he's not influenced by other people. In fact, he's the one to help the rest of the people and influence them, all right, to go to a better route. How about that? Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that, so the next, I think this is the one more very good question, I think.
Yeah.
So when you
Yes.
encourage your children to be independent, what challenge do you face and how do you overcome it? Which is, I think, is very, because sometimes we, as parent, right, people will, so I will join with what Pauline just said just now. I don't give parent advice
Mm,
because I think parents who really want to change, they change themselves. I get
mm,
sick and tired when people come to me and like, oh, my kid is like that. How do you take Ava as how why Ava at this age so well behave? Can you teach me? I say, you are you really want to learn? Because the way I teach my daughter would be not something that, because when they saw how I talk to Eva, like, why she's still kid? Why do you talk to her like adult? Cannot. You need to let kid be kid. You need to something kid. You still need to control. Why you let her just run around in the coffee shop like that? Like just
yeah.
ask her to go. If she carry and the glass broken, then how?
Yeah.
Like people give me so much excuses why they will go and take the forks for the kid, the spoon for the kid,
Yeah.
why they need to go and feed the kid.
Yeah.
You saw me with Ava, you know what I mean, right? And
Yes.
I like one day they will be adult. So when do
Yeah.
you allow them to be adult? Yes, of course you will fail something and drop something.
Yeah.
It's a part of learning. But is that
Yes.
the glass that she's going to broke? Is
Yeah.
going to kill someone? Or I just need to pay extra money for the place? Or it can be manageable, But at least she carry more cup water
Yeah.
for herself
Yes.
than the rest of the kid who the same her age. Even I know she's young, 8 years old. She can do so many things not by luck. Nothing by luck.
Yeah.
I love to see people face when I say she 8 years old and they were like, huh? How come she's so independent and so quiet? I say, yeah,
Yeah.
you are the parent, right?
Yeah.
Parenting.
Yeah.
Parenting.
Yeah,
co-parent.
there was once. I was in the restroom. So in the next cubicle, there was this kid like shouting to the mom. All
Yeah.
right,
Oh
and then
my.
the mom is going to say, "Oh, and somehow I don't know why the two of them are like quarreling in the toilet, and the kid was like, "You don't do this," and they're just screaming. So the
Yeah.
mom said, I'm sorry about that. Okay, are you happy? Yeah, and I said,
Yeah.
"No, I'm not happy." The kid was like, "Wow, I'm quite shocked that the kid will say something like this to the mom." All
Yeah.
right, you
Because
did
the
this,
mom
blah, blah,
allow
blah.
it.
Yeah, and the mom allows it. And not only that, the mom
Yeah.
said, just now I bought something for you, right? Yeah, things like that. So I was just thinking, I don't know, but my children never have a chance to do something like this to me.
Mm.
Right. So
Yeah.
the challenges that I face when I encourage my child to be independent is, like, for example, Anne is saying, okay, get them to, let's say, carry the glass, let's say, and if they break the glass and they cut themselves, all right, would I feel hard? When my heart ache, of course my heart will feel achy, right? But
Yeah, of
I still
course.
let them do it. Okay, I will let them fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it, but I will still let them fall. If they need to
Yeah.
fall, they fall. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are things that we know we should not. I mean, you have to understand that we are mothers. Okay.
Yeah.
These are our how should I put it? It's like part of our body. Okay, and they are the most precious to us. So we won't
Yes.
want to let them hurt. We don't want to let them suffer. But we know something that if they don't learn from it, they are going to suffer later.
Yes.
Yes. That's the reason why,
Yeah.
like, for example, my children start to iron their own uniform at 6, 7, 8 years old. So they handle the hot iron. And my mother-in-law was also surprised. Like, why do you let them do it? So dangerous. Then I'm like, what danger is that? I'm there. Okay. I teach them how to do it.
Yeah.
And at about 11, 12 years old, I taught my daughter how to hang, we stay at the 15th floor, and how to
Yeah.
bring the bamboo out to hang the
Yeah.
clothes. So my
Yeah.
mother was shocked as well. What if she fall off? It's so dangerous. Then I said, that's the reason why I'm teaching her. That's why I'm
Yeah.
standing over here. Yeah. So I coach her how to do it. So
Yeah.
if doesn't have the strength, I'm there to hold. So now
Yeah.
I know how to assess. She knows the technique. She knows what to do.
Yes.
Rather than when she grew up to be like 22 years old and she's like, oh, because every time mommy is the one doing it, I don't know how to do it. And I don't even know how to do it, even though she grows tall.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So
I
the
agree.
challenges that we face is we really need to know that certain things, yes, and when they are young, there's the danger, but we have to be there. We
Yeah.
to guide them. That's the reason why we are there to teach them. Yeah.
And another challenge that I have, that I think Pauline will agree with me, is have nothing to do with the kid, that the from society and people around you, especially your close family, who not
Mm.
support you on the way of you want to teach the kid independent.
Yeah.
Because when I just give birth to Eva, I think like a years old, for that first few years when before my divorce,
Mm.
everybody want to be parent of my daughter, right? And nobody allowed me to be that. And everybody will have an opinion what clothes she should wear, where
Mm.
she should go, how she should walk, why I should give her formula milk if I don't want to. It should be my wish, right? But no,
Yeah.
like maybe too skinny, or you too strict in terms of don't give the baby french fries or whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think that's the bigger challenge, not the not the real deal from the mom to the kid, or because I find me myself alone with my daughter is never issue, right?
Yes.
Because they will look up to you. You are they everything. You are they were in young
Yes.
age, and after that they will look at you as, okay, now I want to learn something from you. If they love you enough, and then they grow up, they appreciate you. But the journey of you are have to knowing what you want as well before
Mm.
you want to coach your kid. I think this what I think we have to give parents realize that do you also know what you want.
Mm.
Because if you ask your kid to go to uni or do something because you need to keep face, then that's also a suffer for the kid.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I realize many parents first, why they want, like, insist on the kids going to university. One, probably face issue. Other people also go,
Yeah.
so I wanted to go. All right.
Yeah.
Second, they need to go to university. If not, they cannot find a good job. Who say so? Really, who say so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So if they have a good skill set and they have the kind of attitude and aptitude, I tell you, without a university degree, they also can do well. Of course,
Yeah.
if they have a university degree, they know why they want to do it,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And it's because they want to do it. It's not because the parents want to do it. You know, the
Yeah.
other thing is a lot of parents are like, oh, because I've not been to university before, so I want my kids to do it. I'm like, the kids are not here to fulfill your dreams. If you want to go to university just like Anne, at 30, 40, 50 years old, you can still go university yourself.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I
yeah.
love to learn. So you have to love to learn to go. I really enjoy learning. You see, every year I have to force myself to learn something new. And right now
Exactly.
I almost by October I should be graduate done.
Oh,
I I hate every time I do assignment, but I
yeah,
enjoy the learning experience, right? I
exactly.
think what everybody lack is not a job. What
Yeah,
everybody lack is a skill to love to learn something, and
yeah.
then by learning that and upgrade your skill, you make money.
Yes.
Yeah,
Learning to learn. Actually, this is one of the skills that a lot of people don't have. Right.
yeah. Learning
Okay.
how to skill, learn,
Yeah,
learn that
learning
skill, and then you will help yourself, and you help your kid.
yes.
Yes, that's it for today, guys.
Ah, so fast, time flies. I hope you have learned something from it. So if you have more questions, feel free to type inside the comments page. All right, we will take a look and see how we can do maybe a second episode, third episode on more about coaching for kids because you get to know as mothers ourselves, we are also leaders,
Yeah.
right? So thank you for coming for our BP leaders, and I will see you next week.
Bye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe both Pauline channel and my channel, and also this channel. If you love
All
what you're
right.
watching, please share it, and we will see you in the next episode.
Yes.